Your words are steel. They have no way of denying it. 3 names only know how to stand the point raw, has nothing to deny. Desperate eyes are waiting to die. It turns out the food traders are criminals. That's right, food thieves want to deny killing them. People get more and more angry when they find out they've been cheated. They just want to take their spears and slash them to death. Their screams of indignation are growing more and more. That's very good. You dare to trap us. The redhead is even more angry and cornered. He only blames when he's trapped. Save Feng smirked. A cunning laugh. It's like winning a trophy. The evidence is clear. You don't even dare to catch the thieves. Just straight in front of them. Use your power to catch them. People started coming in and catching them one by one. They're starting to get scared because there's no way to run. The villagers reached for the red-haired man who made him fall. And not only that, they started bullying the hackers. Take them all out into exile, give them orders. The villagers quickly obeyed. The wind began to smile again. You can see it's a smile with a bad connotation. But he's become very handsome. Publicly convicted. In the middle of the town, bustling around the snowy wind. The car carrying criminals passed by. Who are you? They all looked at them with surprised eyes. What's going on? It's not catching SAO hackers. Why is it catching food traders? People looking at each other have the same question. They still don't understand what happened. Not yesterday, they also came to the city to help put out the fire. In the eyes of the villagers, suddenly became suspicious when you look at the hackers, sitting tight in the carriage. The carriage was moving faster and faster out of town. That's weird. The sound of people clapping their horses mixed with the curiosity of the people. They kept staring at the army ahead. Missing GIA, you told us to pretend to be hackers. Uncle, wear a riding uniform. You are in awe of your deceit. Those food traders are in league with the hackers. They want to hurt us. Then we'll follow suit. Put this pirate hat on their heads. A man rules a man. Liu Feng's determined eyes appeared. Eyes full of bravery. The self-control. It makes your style more powerful. In the middle of the large square, the wind's rustling made the scene look squishy. People standing around watching. 4 business names they used to love. He is now shamefully hanged. I know everyone's skeptical. Why did we bring them up here? Speak up and explain what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? It's not about catching SAO hackers. People started to flock. Don't let people wonder too much. Save the wind to speak, because they're the hackers. Your steel voice. It made the red-haired guy open his eyes wide. What do people panic about? They want to sell their food. Get the benefits. Colluded with hackers who burned all our food. Then for fear of revealing, afraid of pleading guilty, he ran away and was caught by us. Just say it to their faces. Your words are like a knife. Stabbed into people's hearts. Their trust after being cheated began to become frozen in indignation. Last night, I was there. I saw the scene, I saw it. Everyone speaks out about what happened. Their faith is slowly being lost. Fucking food traders. We have no food to eat. Worthy to die. People started looking at them with their eyes wide open, as if wanting to eat fresh. These conscientious scavengers, it's only for self-interest to take the wolf home. It almost cost the lives of everyone in the city. People talk about how to punish them. It shows the evil nature of them. Let's get people to comment on sanctions. Kill them right, kill them. Everyone raised their hands and demanded to kill them. Redhead wrapped in towel, gagged, but he tried to speak, but no one heard. He doesn't look any different than the 8 kingdoms. That's right, this kind of person can't be easy. Let the red-haired man cry. The wind is becoming more and more intense. We've announced that food traders have colluded with hackers. Clear evidence of an unforgivable crime. Punished by hanging. He raised his hand and shouted orders to execute them. The sky was flashing red, the dead birds in the church. A murder has just occurred. Horror scenes no one thought of. They are for their own benefit. Set fire to the grain depot. It makes life difficult for the geek. As if to comfort the people. It's also because this crime doesn't recur. Next time, the owner will announce. To become a sub-owner to ease the food trade. Later, everyone's barley. They can all be sold to the government. This is good news for barley traders. Is that we can also trade barley. Everyone started whispering with joy again. What they'd never thought of was suddenly announced. Warm is the first step, just stabilizing the rice. Later, no need to worry, there's no rice. Even though he looks young, but it's very thoughtful. It's a sprout of the country. He was handsome and talented. What does it mean to sell to the government? People don't seem to believe in their ears. Once you understand one thing, another. I can't understand. Please explain to everyone to understand. You look so cute right now. After the harvest, if a house has a lot of barley, but there's no place to store it, or you can sell it to the owner, there will always be a beautiful girl, stand out by everyone's. Of course, we will buy according to the market price. Then when the house is short of food, it will be based on the resale market price. I decided not to take too much of everyone. There will be a more beautiful girl now. Sales stand for everyone. There is such a good thing again. The people cheered happily. People can't believe what the wind says. This will mean that people don't have to worry about money. May, or rest assured, save me if I become the owner. We're all responsible for this Atlantic city. Save his reputation raw. To assure everyone. It also strengthens people's trust in me. From now on, our Atlantic city, no one will have to die of hunger. AI's face also exudes happiness. The warm smiles. His eyes were filled with hope. That's good. If you have such a good owner, my brother will not have to die of hunger. Some people cry because of emotion. To be the master of all, everyone applauds his master. This seems to be the wish of everyone. Human desire and happiness. It's never been this intense. Together, we built the Atlantic. In the prosperous town of Hoa, in the middle of the great palace of peace before nature. The space was extraordinarily bleak. The Atlantic is stable now. We're also starting to get into the pattern. People are talking in Liu Feng's room. On the newly implemented problem, sitting at the table in the middle of the office. Listen to everyone's opinions. Today, I'm going to reposition the position a little bit more clearly. Liu Feng's face exuded excitement. What position will CA give me? A cute little girl, cute girl. It's just as exciting. Bulls are in charge of managing everything. Appointed to the general manager. Yes, master. You are ready to take the final order. After many days of trying, he also had a position suitable for himself. wearing on his new position of general manager. Missing GIA. This post is still a bit unfamiliar. Natural dispatch and assigned to a high responsibility. You're a little nervous. She was previously in charge of domestic affairs. Just became a secretary. It's hard. The little girl who was beautiful just now. Later, you just need to be in charge of internal affairs. Do my job as a manager well. Nanla's point of view is a sharp little girl. Always in front of beauty. Yes, yes, save the young master CA. Her eyes flashed in the shape of a heart, as if in love. The eager face obeyed orders. Internal Affairs General Manager. The secretary position will be assigned to Eli. Still not satisfied. Chief Secretary. I saw Eli cross the arm behind you. You tease me. Also gets her face reluctantly accepted. It's lovely. And Mina. Stay with me and take care of my safety. She changed her face when she mentioned Mina. A steady hand holding a weapon. It is still Mina. It's a name that reminds me of a great leader. Are gradually being upgraded in the endless plains. It's not even the old SAO. Dreamy purple hair. The thief's eyes were also the first 3 monsters. It makes you more attractive and sexy. Follow along with you. From now on, let's all work together. Let's build the future of the Atlantic. Liu Feng's attitude is increasingly spirited. The determination, it's like a fire burning in people. Yes, it's not just wind, where everyone has the same goal. Then it can't be delayed. The wind again broke into an evil smile. The eyes are crooked, but it still looks lovely. It makes people want to bite. Under the scorching sun Gao, like the northern sun in the middle of summer. Just smash your eggs out on the street, is a ripe egg in a note. And yet, there are unstoppable people. Extremely white skin stand like that seriously, without a trace of black. The army stood without moving. The way a girl walks by doesn't even look. Actually, this is the last room for recruiting. Bulls are reporting for exile. You're like Sunku, standing out with your hair burning like fire. Master Bar. The enthusiasm of everyone when warmly welcomed. You're excited. Not bad. Looks good. Bring it up, you snap the command hand. 2 big strong soldiers carry Ra. A table disinfected by a large towel. It looks very mysterious. What is so mysterious? Everyone is also curious. The table is down. He uses his hands to pull out. Open up, he pulls a little hesitation. In front of you, there are bright lights, brilliant as gold as glistening jade. It makes people panic and startle. This is the bow. It doesn't seem like the same thing we use. Half bow has shown the quality of reputation. Twinkling brightly. What kind of material is this? Not SAO wood. The more you look, the more beautiful you look. The intricacies of the arc. This is the temple we brought from our homeland. Anti-arc. Keep it up for everyone to see. It's like running an ad for home. I've never heard of a crossbow before. The tiger is the owner's property. Everyone's amazed at this new weapon. We're going to pick out 50 of these people. You formed an anti-archery team. Name. The archery counterattack team seems to be very effective. Is to use this weapon, SAO. People started talking about it. Who wants to try it? If it is hit, there will be a reward. Please invite everyone up. Try the product I just advertised. There's a reward. Want to try it? You're not a very good shot. But I haven't used this. If you lose face, do it. People start pushing each other. It's not like no one dares to try it. The wind began to defy the howl below. Report. My feet are stepping up. I want to try. A big guy, tall, chubby body. Happy face, wants to try. Hand grab that boot. The gods came from another world. The scenery is still the same. The sun is not mild. Report. I want to try my master. A happy boy with a calm face. Is the taste of how many obedient girls try their best. Need 3 has temperament. Save the ocean for bravery. Dare to face the challenge. Very satisfied face. Taurus 3, the hand holds the bow extremely firmly. I picked up the arrow and prepared to go in. Hands up high underground. Look at me, you must not be a 7-year-old. Even when trying to be bold. But when it comes to practice, you still look nervous. He just pulled up to his stomach, and he seemed to be psychotic. 2 teeth clenched tight. Face ray edge tape. He's lost control of the bow. It's smashing back in the face. It's funny. You're dead and your nose is bleeding like a tornado. Then you fall on your back. Make everyone green again. You hurry up and stand up. Feet on the bow as if to crush. I can't believe it. It's like a man's helplessness. 7 defeat before a difficult challenge. The 3-year-old was screaming out of control. 2 tighten the bow wire handle. Looks like you're stretching too hard to get hit in the middle. Almost lost the same. His face turned from shame to shame. You don't just make me happy. It makes you 7 times more hopeful. I just clapped my forehead helplessly. This bow is too hard. That's right, even Neo 3 can't pull out. Really can't pull out SAO. People are starting to worry about this new weapon. My dad also started thinking. It seems like your design hasn't been perfected yet. This bow is too hard. More, it's not the same bow that people use. Maybe you can try it. Bon Niu spoke up. I want to be a model for everyone. After all, this is a weapon from his homeland. Sei Feng panic startled. Looks like you've never shot it either. I can see that, but I also make people model. That's right. Show it to everyone. To become a master, probably not for everyone. You can't pull it out. Mina also added. To urge to save the gig. Why is it possible? You're starting to get confused. Your head scratching your hair, scratching your lice. But if you want me to shoot the bow, no more time to think. The wind finally picked up the bow. Every time I pass through space between Earth and the other world, his fighting strength and ability increased. How many times has it been through? It must be a difficult problem to use this bow to shoot. All thoughts start to come to your head. All right, we'll show it to everyone. I said, you start holding up the bow handle, pull out and shoot. With the dignity of an owner. Confidence when the substance comes out of you makes everyone. You must be surprised and praised. It is bad for the owner. Super owner. The subordinates are buzzing. It's like swinging celebrities. It turned out to be such a bad thing. You're both surprised by the benefits. I've never seen this before. Come on, try it, young man. After the show is over, take that bow and give it to the fisherman. And give him instructions. The left hand grips the waist with steady leg force. Of the owner's care. It makes you more confident. I will not lose 7 this time. He devoted all his life to pulling Ra's bow. The face is wrinkled, and the whole body is still a little shaky. I pulled it finally. After so many times, I told him he could pull it too. People have become more confident in the bow. But where does he point his bow like this? Before we could celebrate, people started to panic. Because the arrow is pointing at people. The 3 hands are still shaking. 7 pull bow shelving around. Wait, everyone's getting nervous and scared. He dropped his hand in front of the arrow. It's getting closer and closer to everyone. But fortunately, it soared into the sky. It's making the concentration zone chaotic. So the arrow returned to the bright sun. The silent sky. People in the picture. Bull 3 just sighed. A black crow is unattractive. Make a beach on your head. The whole neighborhood is back. All eyes on Taurus 3. Look at this dangerous weapon. It's still inappropriate for these kids. He only knows how to hold his head helplessly. It is no different from advertising products that are sold out. A crane fell from the sky. In the middle of the body, there's an arrow that goes straight through the abdomen. Big round eyes start to turn towards it again. Looking up at the sky, the 5-letter storks were missing one. Here it is. The swallow was so far away that it also hit this arrow. It is a powerful weapon. I was amazed at the impact of the shooter. Now, they were even more amazed at the power of this arrow. It worked, Mom. 3 happy to see the scene in front of you. You are like a child who has just come back. Mom, look at you like that. But the soul is no different from the young. Ba notes the practice of the other world. Under the Chang's scorching summer sun, the birds are looking for a place to hide from the sun behind the foliage. In the distance at the top of the snow-capped mountains, the scenery is majestic. At the ironworks ward, the workers are working hard. One group is using a pickaxe. Shovel, shovel, shovel up the car. Others are pushing wheelbarrows, filled with iron ore into the furnace. Save the wind today. Mina and Niu Ban visited the ironworks ward. 3 of them are crossing the corridors, full of signs of the city. The land's potential is endless. How much iron is made in humans? Who have the courage to make more iron? The slogans are short, simple but compact, to convey important content, to promote the working spirit of the workers, help them work more actively. Indeed, the workers of the ward are very hard-working, bare hard. No matter how hot the sun is, can't do it either. Fused heart of iron. A devotion to the Atlantic, the city is. You can see this property. And my heart of joy whispered, if you have a bow in your hand, make iron. I was a champion, and suddenly someone called out, go to the iron and turn your head back to the person who said it. How fast is it? A long-bearded man with a stern face. Closer to the wind. Sir, we have iron skin. We don't eat your meat. Sir, in the old man's hands, it's a tray that contains a rock. His burning red O is smoking. He thinks it's iron. He looked at the object in the fire. I don't know what this iron is. What the hell is this? What are you doing here, making iron like this? The wind sighed and looked sad to Ra. It's too early to be happy. Looks like you still have to rely on me. Save Feng, Mina, and Niu Ban went to get some iron. In this strange world, first step iron smelting iron ore. It's a remote rocky area. Workers who are physically resilient. You have to use a big hammer, smashing through the ordinary layers of soil and stone outside, choosing to take the iron minerals inside. Put it in the car and go back. Not bad either. Save Feng commented. People, they're looking around the mining site. I saw a worker using the wrong technique. not only can't break the rock, but also cry out in pain. If you see that, move closer. Give him instructions. Try to use force like a man smashing it. He said he watched the young man do it. The young man saw the owner, personally to the guide, happy to show up. Lord, yes. He said he's using his inner strength. That makes his whole body muscles. Roll appears. The young man swung his hammer high. No, wrong is exactly that. Save Feng satisfied. Look at the young man who can learn so quickly. The hammer just came down and smashed a big rock. Small pieces of rock splashing around. Suddenly, unfortunate, a piece of rock crashed into the wind. Make him look bad. Like Ben and Mina just yelled. My mother is missing. You're lying still with bullets, lying still in pain. The wind is real. He is looking handsome. Suddenly, there was no lump on the face. Hoo. Here, the second step of iron smelting is the ignition. This group of people are gathered by a stove. Has not been lit. Flutter burning not up sao. The flint got wet in the rain yesterday. You can't make a fire. A young man too handles 2 stones. Just rubbed together. Just said. In this other world, fire-making technology is so primitive. Liu Feng witnessed the scene and laughed meaningfully, haha. Let people feel the true black technology. Liu Feng gave Ra lighter of the earth. Tell Kier youth to try it out. Oi, try this. The young man saw the fire engine for the first time, then round eyes, flat eyes. I don't understand how the tiny thing can create fire. He wondered if this could really create fire sao. Liu Feng saw that, immediately smiled and said with pride. Of course, this is our home's high-tech. The lighter that said high-tech is too slashing, Grandpa. High technology should be tried right away. The young man was eager to try it. He tried it by taking the stone into the fire engine. I just gave him a kitchen. I didn't have time to react. That's Quinn. High-tech items of the motherland to blow up. The Yuin, the dark atmosphere enveloped. All 4 of them. What does it taste like? Someone asked. Too bad. The voice of answer trembled helplessly. The wind remained motionless on the ground. A low voice. You deliberately played me. That's why I give people high-tech toys. There is no blame for not having a manual attached. 2 Ramina standing next to. A wrinkled nose to save the wind. Wake up, there is still a place to go. The 3rd stage of iron training. A person whose lips puffed up, blowing inside the stove. People are anxious to ask why it hasn't dissolved yet. Or the fire is too small. The Kia replied, I'm still blowing. This time, he appeared to see me. Take out a long and small tube. One end to the oven door. One end to the mouth, blowing hard. Suddenly, the fire in the oven burned up quickly. The fire burns through the remnants and reveals itself. A block of iron that's still burning inside the oven. The tiger is the owner. People praise the wind. Save Feng Fan, give the blower to the worker. And say, it's done. Don't show up to love Russia anymore. 2 people happily pick up blow tubes. The man with flowing hair said quickly. I understand. He said he ran out. A moment later, 2 hand calves about a very large diameter pipe. The old man was running and shouting, "Everybody out of my way." He runs a circuit towards the stove. Put one end of the tube in the fire, and then inflate the ribcage. I was so surprised that I could only give him a hand. Shake your head, just stop. No, don't do that. But look, it's too late. There's a humming noise. Explosion-proof stove. He and those around him were shot. Tossed up the middle seam like deflated balls. 2 days to survey. That save the wind meets disaster after disaster. I'm afraid I didn't see the day before. And he's still stupid enough to talk. We're back to iron. Next time before leaving, remember to worship ants. Be careful. The sun is rising higher every day. The sun makes people tired quickly. We've just had consecutive accidents in the ironworks ward. Go back to the paper mill. You have to work so hard. It's because since the Atlantic Ocean's gone and stabilized, it's time to focus on growth in every way. Lao Feng has made detailed plans for himself and for the Atlantic. My husband is tired of sighing. To be successful, there must be a technique. We shouldn't go to the training ward anymore. Paper is a little safer. Lao Feng said to Niu Dai, urged Niu Ban, "Master, you're finally here." The old man shouted with joy when he saw the wind. To become a master, the doll is really talented to close the sea. He called out to his master. It's like taking a picture. The Lord saw him like that. It's not surprising, it's confusing. What shape are you posing for? Sharpened CASAO. Not respond to Liu Feng's play. The pen man just said, "Lord, you see." Take a few more steps. The whole paper-making workshop appeared in front of me. It's not like the wind's imagination. On the ground are small and large trees. Even the frames used for drying paper. It's broken. Crickets tattered and left everywhere. It's not wrong to say it's ruins. The paper workers is struggling with the battlefield. People who try to tidy up are tired and helpless. It seems like things are going badly. When you look at this scene, you are amazed. You shout out loud, "What the hell is this? It's just been smashed and burned down." The pen man now looked miserable. Speak up to explain. This paper-making technique is very difficult. Craftsmen, they don't really understand. Save the style of thinking. I didn't specifically look for the book. It's clear how to do it inside. I don't know where it is. Stay close to the workers who are working. Find out directly why this happened. Someone is reading a book. According to the work of SAO copy paper, after put the material and water into dilution. Filter out impurities cut out. A man standing next to me asked what he meant. He doesn't understand what the book says. The man replied, "I don't know." See, he's not alone. He doesn't understand. No one else came running from a distance for me to see. This guy didn't get to the place before he was yelled at stupidly. Do you know why? I realized I didn't know what this guy was saying. That's right. I don't know how to write. Just a little knowledge read from the book, Ra, has made the workers so confused. Liu Feng held his head and sighed. See out. I appreciate everyone's understanding. Still have literacy. Was having a headache because of the people then. Liu Feng suddenly heard a crisp laugh of a girl. Ha 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 ha. That's Eli. Eli was lying on the ground laughing. I wonder what Eli is so interested in. Liu Feng curiously approached Ellie and laughed loudly. Ha ha ha, I died laughing. Liu Feng snatched the piece of paper from the ground that Eli was drawing on. Look what this is doing. Bring the paper closer. I suddenly realized I was in the painting. But not to paint anything proud of. That Eli was painting the moment the wind was blown up, when the iron furnace exploded. Eli was caught by the owner Tang. When you are painting someone bad, you are confused. Listen to me explain. He did not answer, but his face sank. It's more unsightly than Eli. I'm not the skin. Eli the exile must rage. Give yourself a fight. Dare to despise the owner. Drawing pictures that make fun of you. But suddenly, the wind changed its face. Asked Eli with a smile. What else can you draw besides this? Eli Asia, surprised taste. Don't be surprised, girl. Then you will understand. A moment later, the old man asked for the book. Being an owner like this is good. Don't worry, make sure the layout is clear. Liu Feng stood folded and laughed with pleasure. At the bottom, Ellie is painting. Here at your request. Eli stood up and handed Cho a stack of paper. Save wind good praise. Open the door to see each painting. Of course, Eli did not become the owner of the 7 hopes. He continued to praise. No tiger is the chief secretary of Atlantic City. It's martial arts. The old man standing next to him added. It's a thoughtful thought like this. Even children can see it. Take the crickets up high and call out. Everybody come and have a look. So the 6 workers kept coming to see it. And they all looked at the paper with an eye. A is very funny. This is Ra. Eli was asked to draw a paper from the Book of Ra. Make it easy for everyone to understand. Eli did very well. On the page are clear images. Detailed description of paper making steps. AI looks at can also understand. After reading it, they all raised their hands in praise of Eli. Miss Eli is so good. Illiterate, as we can also see, understand. That's great, Eli laughed. Haha, it's a small thing. There will be more places for people to worship. He looked at me and said, I've done it. So the difficulty of making paper has been solved. In front of you, the paper is slowly getting into shape. First, the paper can be used. Training here is better than the day before. Get Eli's curriculum. Was able to solve the difficulty. Now just do it a few more times. Proficiency will be better. The pen man said and saved the fang. Take a breath for an hour. Holding hands against the window, looking far away. He was silent for a moment and then turned to the pen man. Waiting for these things to be done. We quickly built schools and markets. Yes, Lord. The old clerk of the Atlantic takes orders. Save the young master, in front of the chosen anti-hacker army. The training is done. Why do we have to do these things? The bull nudged the bull into the room. To ask the wind. Back to back. Blank code is not just starting. If it is stable, it can grow. I said you, and Te Ra held a rope on the wall. What I really want to do is save the wind tugging the rope, so that the big map is spread down the wall. He appeared in front of the old man and the old man, picture book map of the Atlantic. This is the whole future of the Atlantic City. Sheet.